All right, hello everyone. Here we are back for a golf clash tutorial here, and Santa Ventura, hole number 7 that we're going to be talking about here. Now, typically the preferred method that I like to play this one is going to be with the sniper club. So let's go ahead and we'll get our tool ready here. So sniper, and what I really like for this hole is an 8. I really like backspin. You can get away with a 7, but it's a very dangerous shot. So to make it a little bit easier, you're really going to want an 8 and not have to cheat that rough too much on the second hop. And similarly, that's going to make hammerhead kind of very, very challenging club to have. It'd be nice to have it, but it's going to require quite a high level. And similarly with the cat, you know, it's going to be nice at a 1, but you're not going to get another upgrade for backspin to be able to really utilize any more backspin until I would say at least level 3, we can probably say will be our minimum, but I would really like to have a cat 6 to where I get that next back spin increase. So that's pretty much the preference of how we're going to want to do this one. So let's talk a little bit about how we want to do it. And as I mentioned, you know, you can cheat these numbers a little bit. If I have a sniper 7, I can barely get away with it, but it might clip this rough to try to prevent it from coming into this hill, especially in a tailwind. So with a tailwind, it's really going to make things a little bit challenging. So what I'll typically do here for my normal shot is about 5.5 backspin. So here's going to be my backspin. That is kind of my go-to. And for the tailwind, you know, I might crank it up. I might take it up to as much as 6.5. You can play around with the landing zone, so it doesn't need to be too specific. Let me just write in, you know, 6.25, and you know, 5.75 to 6 here. As I mentioned, you know, we can tweak this landing zone just a little bit. There's definitely some room to move that a little bit. So with that being said, you know, I'm pretty much never going to go below 5, if at all possible. 5.25 here. We're going to try to crank it up, and we're going to try to land that second hop. So let's talk about the shot. I usually try to land towards this second shadow a little bit. So right at that second shadow, get this second hop right around the fringe, and then just let it run out right by the hole up there. So let's talk about the ring adjustments. So for the side wind case, I'll usually use max, pretty much spot up for a side wind, maybe max plus 5%. Very, very little extra. Similarly with the tailwind, it's going to be very similar. But I might actually, you know, make sure that I go max plus 5 to even max plus 10 just to be sure. And this is kind of one of those things that I can do with the backspin. I can start to crank it up. As you can see, I go up to 6 some. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep it from running down the hill. Now with the headwind situation, we're going to need to increase this adjustment significantly. So here you'll see that I might use plus 15%. I could use as much as plus 25% as I get to a very, very large, you know, 10 mile per hour wind, for instance. So you are going to need to start to crank that spin up a little bit, and definitely, you know, take this spin down, but also, you know, the ring adjustment is going to need to significantly increase as you go towards max club and go greater into the wind effect. But, you know, here's pretty much just a rough general understanding of this hole. And feel free to check out the tutorials. And, you know, we've had several tournaments, you know, the Desert Open. There's been there's plenty of places that you can find videos to actually see the live shots. So good luck with this one and catch you guys on the next guide.